Hi, welcome to another video. So, another kit. I've been dreading these kits. I've got 3 of these Coban kits. C-O-B-N. I bought them last year. I don't know why I bought so many kits, but I did. This is one of their Les Paul set necks. There's the model number. LPHY320MVS. Right, I've obviously unboxed this and looked at it. You'll see this is probably going to be the most challenging one of the 3 I have. They've all got issues, but this one has probably got the most major issues. You'll see through this video, if you are new to doing kit guitars, you're going to have some problems with this one. If you were to throw it together the way they tell you, you would end up with a totally unplayable instrument that looked absolutely disgusting. But I like a challenge. Rather than throwing this in the bin, which is probably what it is good for, I will spend some time, and I'll spend that time trying to do something with it. So, get that out of the way. Start with the not so bad, which is actually the neck. It's quite a nice piece of fretboard that's in it. I quite like the stripiness of the fretboard. It's bone dry, so when that's got some oil in it, it'll darken it down and that'll be quite nice. I've knocked the nut out. We'll look at that in a wee couple of minutes. Generally, there isn't a lot of work that needs to be done to this. It's not too bad. There's a couple of flat spots at the side, but when we sand that down for finishing, it'll be fine. It's nice and straight. The frets have been briefly levelled, I think, but I'll do a full rounding off of the edges. It's actually not too bad. There's not many sharp bits, but we'll round them over, smooth them out. We'll mark it up, level it, recrown it, shape the headstock. I've got better bone nuts for Les Paul style. It's not too bad actually, and it's got not a bad bit of weight to it. So I'm quite happy with the neck, and if that neck had been any worse, this thing would have went in the bin. It really wouldn't have been worth saving. The neck's alright. A couple of bits round about the fret inlays that will need a tiny wee bit of filler, but I'll just use some dark wood, sand the dark wood to get some sawdust, mix it with a little bit of glue and throw it in the wee gaps that's there. Apart from that, it's actually not too bad. They're relatively straight. Some of these you get wonky and all over the place, not centred and stuff. So the neck's not too bad. I'll give them credit for that. Your instruction manual, honestly, this thing's a waste of paper. Yes, it gives you a kind of wiring diagram, which is not too bad, but instructions on how to build a DIY guitar. You need a screwdriver, a drill, a saw, a soldering iron, glue, and a tape measure or long metal ruler. I think we're going to need more than that for this thing. Remove body and neck from protective bags, right, nice and easy. Prep body and neck, check the fit and adjust if required. That's where we're going to have our first issues. Prep body and neck for painting and staining. Good luck if you want to stain this. It's a abomination of a piece of wood. We'll see that in a wee bit of a while. This is going to take a lot of work. Cut headstock shape, nice and easy. Drill all guide holes for tuners, truss rod cover, pickup rings, etc. Check and drill earth cable channel. If needed, that's the wee earth that goes in here into your control panel, so it's when you put your bridge studs in, it connects to it and it earth strings. So don't forget, finish body and neck, check fit, adjust if needed, and glue neck onto body at 3-degree angle. Attach tuners with set screws and tighten up the threaded bushings to hold tuners in place. Hold tuners in place, that should be. It's full of spelling mistakes as well. Install bridge, tailpiece, wiring pickups, pot, switch and jack. Install pick guard, which is something else. Strap buttons, knobs and switch tips. String up guitar to pitch and check action. If strings are too high, adjust via the thumb wheels on the bridge. Get playing. That's it. Good luck if that's your first experience of how to build a kit guitar. Right, body. This thing is going to be a real challenge. The bit of wood they've used for this, or 400 bits of wood they've used for this, are just covered in glue, filler, holes, they don't match. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces that make up the cap, right? So that's a 1/2 inch cap, a 3/4 inch cap that's been sanded over, and then at the back we've got another 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of wood making up that. So they're all different colours, there's dents all over it. I should have sent this thing back, but it's like kind of bug. It's covered in glue, it's not been sanded once the binding's been put on, so the binding sits proud. So for a start, if you want to stain this, this is going to take a lot of sanding, and that's what I'm going to try and do. For the top, I'm undecided. I'm going to try, I've got some, in this box here, I've got some nice ash veneer that I'll try and put on this, but it's quite hard to put it on without bubbles, without a vacuum press. But we might try that, see if we can cover up this mess and do a stain finish. Failing that, I might see what a really dark stain on it will do, see whether it kind of disguises some of the mismatching. Failing that, it'll need to be painted, which is probably the best thing for the body, but I hate painting and spraying, so we'll see if we can do something first. Everything else is actually drilled okay, it all seems to be in the right position and everything. Everything's drilled, ready for you, even the holes for the pick guard and stuff, so that's not too bad. But the major issue this guitar's got, if you go over the fact you could slap 3 ton of paint on it and hide most of the other issues, is the neck fit. If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to come really unstuck here. First of all, it's got a huge wiggle in it, that's fine. I've checked all the dimensions and it needs to go that way. So I will put a neck shim in here that will hold the neck against that face and straighten it to the bridge. The neck angle though is all wrong. Don't know if you'll be able to see it in camera, but there's a 2mm gap going to nothing here when it's sitting in. And basically what's happened is they've not milled or routed out this pocket in here deep enough. I've checked it with my vernier gauge there, and the depth doesn't run parallel to the top, so the neck doesn't sit right. So after a good look at this and checking the bridge height, so as when it's set up, with a glued in neck, you've got to do all of this before you glue it, because there's no adjustment once you've glued it. So I've done all that check, the neck will sit this way. I will need to take off about 2mm off of this at the correct angle. Then I will need to take a little angle off of this so as it still sits flush with the body, or I can, and what I might do is actually nick off a wee bit of angle off of this, because these bits here it doesn't sit flush with, it's here it needs to sit flush. So we'll maybe do that. That'll be the first thing I do, because if I can't get that sitting in right, there is no point continuing with the guitar, because it's done, it's dead. It is no longer a guitar. So that's what we need to do. So we'll see how we get on with that. That's the key challenge. If we can get that neck pocket sitting right, then if we can sand this and get most of the mess off it and see where we go for there, we might end up with something. Hardware, again, most of this will go straight in the bin. In fact, I've already got a bag of bits that are going straight in the bin. I've never seen as cheap a plastic, even in a kit guitar, as these. They've got no film over them, so they're all scratched. They are not scratch plate material, they are moulded plastic, so there's dips all over it. It's not a sheet that's then been routed out, which most of them are. This is horrible stuff, absolutely horrible. It's going straight in the bin. The bridge, it's alright, it's serviceable, but I'm going to go with black hardware on this. I've got stuff lying around, so you've got your stop bar and your bridge piece, and the bits in there, that's the bracket for the pickguard, so that stuff is only like anything on the guitar. Pickups look okay actually. They're probably pretty hot. I haven't tested them with my multimeter, but they're probably 10, 11k. Covers are soldered, so hopefully they've been wax potted. I don't know. Look alright, apart from the pickup rings is the same horrible moulded plastic. They would do, but again I've got some passive EMGs I'm going to stick in this. And just some in my spare box, so they'll probably not go in, but they're perfectly serviceable. Bag of pickup or pickguard screws, they're fine. Switchcraft come to that. Tuners, they're alright, they're the kind of button head ones. Again, I've had a look at them and they're not too bad. I've seen worse. It's no the ones with the kind of cover over it. They're on a bit better. They actually feel not too bad, but again I'm going to upgrade to black hardware, so they'll probably be used for something else. And then we've got all our other bits that you need for your electronics and stuff. Let's open this up. Got again, the thing this doesn't come with, so if you've never done a guitar before, you're going to need wiring stuff. There's no wiring for putting together pots. The pots are 500k, which is correct. Mini style pots, they'll turn alright. But again, I'll see what space we've got in the control cavity. See if we can upgrade these to full size 500Ks. But they're alright, fine. They do come with their washers and nuts, which a lot of them don't seem to do. So they're alright. Speed control type. Knobs for the pots, again, alright. Nothing special. Standard gold with a clear acrylic over the top. They're okay. We have our jack plate, which is a really thin piece of metal. Not very nice. I think I've got some, should have got a proper one for a Gibson. So probably not replacing that. Switch type is the kind of box enclosed ones. I'm going to put a proper kind of switchcraft style one in. Feels okay actually. Probably do fine. Goes up in there. This thing, the puck for here is horrible. I don't know what that's made of, but it's like a tiny thin piece of vinyl that's actually clear. It's just painted on the back. It's not like a proper puck that's the actual colour of this kind of material with the stuff stamped in it. It's printed on the back. It's not very nice at all, so that will not be going on the guitar. The nut, I don't know if you can see, I'll see if I can get this up to the camera, but this is the cheapest of cheapest plastic nuts. And look at that thing. Dear me. That'll be going in the bin. For the sake of a couple of quid, get yourself a bone nut or a graphite compound nut rather than this thing. Horrible. Glad I took it out. Got a couple of capacitors for your two-tone pots. Don't know what value I can see on it. The 47s or 22, they should be 47. I think they're either 47s. So that's fine. And then again, the really horrible little strap buttons that these things come with, they'll be going in the bin. So like I say, this is going to be a challenge. That's my unboxing of this guitar. Would I recommend it? Absolutely no. You'd as well just go and buy a guitar, to be perfectly honest with this thing. But that's it. Stay tuned and I'll put a video up like my other ones, which will be a kind of step by step as I go through it without all the live demonstrations, because it just makes the videos too long. Might be one part, might be two parts, depends on how this goes and how many steps I'll need to take to get it completed. But if you'd like to know when that comes up, if you hit the subscribe button and put on your notifications, you'll get to know when that's been posted. And also, if you enjoyed the video, leave me a wee like, it's much appreciated. Any questions or comments, please feel free to leave down below. And I'll see you again soon. Cheers!